But otherwise, there's always indications, okay? And so the thing is, I guess being that he didn't have any proof, maybe he didn't want to file for divorce, but she was trying to encourage him, and he did a very smart thing. He made her. He made her. He told her, allegedly. He told her, no, if you want a divorce, you file for the divorce. Don't try to get me to file for the divorce to make it seem like it was on, it was something I wanted to happen, and perhaps it was something I was doing that would kind of almost victimize her, if that makes sense, and make it seem like, well, I was with my husband, everything was all good, and he filed divorce on me. So he was like, no, if somebody gonna file divorce, you do it. And then therefore you have to be responsible for whatever claims that you're gonna make for you wanting to divorce me. Okay? And perhaps he didn't actually know that she was cheating on, or that, yeah, in their case, that she was cheating on because they were still married. So, you know, so the thing is, what happened was he wasn't even going to do it. But then when the wife of Tim, okay, came out and started spewing her evidence and what she knew about it, she uh, pretty much aired them out, right? And then at that point, that's when I think along the line he came along and decided, well, I'm gonna go ahead and file for a divorce because now I got real grounds besides probably the things that she was showing him. You know what I mean? But now he had grounds to know that she was being unfaithful. Okay, and so now you have it. But of course, from her political standpoint, she probably didn't want to look like it was her. You know what I mean? And so this is just a testimony to things, guys. When I talk about relationships, I talk about the times that we're in, guys. And if you are in a relationship, understand that you're going to be tested like no other time, probably, you know. And so that's why this is relative, because it's like, man, if you are with someone and you guys really love each other, if y'all have time, energy, all those types of things invested, I'm not telling you to stay with somebody that I guess at some point you just unhappy with, right? And if someone is truly, truly doing you wrong and you're not looking for excuses to try to get out of a situation, and to make yourself feel better and to make it look like to other people that you were justified in your doings, I'm not telling you to do that. But if you truly are in a bad situation, I'm not telling you to stay in it, okay? But this is a testimony to the spirit is out here. I've said this a while ago, and it's still prevalent today. You know what I mean? It'll probably become even more prevalent in the near future. Okay? The spirit is out here to break up anything good, okay? And guys, if you can stay together, try to stay together, okay? And this is just a testimony to the times we're in. So this is not just a news story. This is not just something juicy. You know what I mean? Like I said, I always try to make a point in something that we can benefit from, something that can be utilized beyond this story getting old. Okay, because eventually this story gonna be old, and this ain't gonna be news. But within me documenting this or reacting to this, perhaps I can give some information that will be something worth thinking about for forever, if that makes sense. So, the thing is, guys, don't fall to easy temptations, okay? Um, I would say at this point, man, I will almost say stop marrying at this point, guys. I would say stop marrying because the way that things show, unless you really truly know and think you are a special type of person, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to end up being with the person that you are with. I don't care if you've been with them for however long. I don't care how much you've been through. There's plenty of examples of people who've been through hell and hot water, been together forever, multiple children, all kinds of things, and then and been together for a long time, and still find a reason to eventually break it off. So with that said, guys, if that's so normal at this point, it's probably safe to say that you're no different than the average person. You just ain't hit a situation or a time where you've really been challenged, unless you're a very special person. So, guys, at this point, I always talk about how I don't see anything wrong with having fun with people and respecting people. But it's at this point, as far as giving your heart and your mind, your body and soul to people, Well, your body, but giving your soul and your heart to people, guys, you got to be really careful, because I don't care if that person is a good person for 9 years, 10 years, whatever. I've heard at this point, I'm hearing stories of people who've been married for 20 and 30 years getting divorced. Okay, so don't think that, oh, you got somebody wrapped up based on the fact that you've been with them for a certain amount of time, and you got a certain amount of time and energy and investment in them. No, guys, the spirit is out here, and it's taking people over. Okay, and maybe that sounds a little biased. Okay, maybe that sounds a little like, okay, now he's taking a side approach. But the fact is, guys, the period. The fact is, it's some type of spirit out here. If people can't make a way to men's, or if people getting to a point now where they think people are just expendable, like, oh, I've been with you for a certain amount of time, I'm just not interested no more, I'm not happy, for whatever reason, you know, you have to start questioning what are people really capable of, and what should you expect from people. So until we get to a point where we evolve better to where you can expect somebody to truly, you know, love you and be with you, you know what I mean? The way that the vows say that they're supposed to be with you, then that's different. But for now, guys, how many people then got married and said them vows, and now they're divorced, okay? So that's the moral of this story, and that's why things have to change in society, and that's why I push for positivity and change in this society.